How you going, everyone? Back again. Day 45 and day 1. Nice. Kind of. Maybe. Should be. We'll see. Alright. So today I decided to go through all those iPhones I found the other day, but I specifically went through all the iPhone 11s, and they were just the 11, not the Pros or Pro Max, just the 11, because I wanted to kind of do the same phone. I didn't want to work on different phones on the same day. It just makes it very hard to get your head around the issues that those phones have and having any consistent problems that those phones can kind of come up with. You can iron out that while you're playing with 3 or 4 phones at a time. With that, the other thing was they have the newer update, which tells you what parts have been changed in the phone. And because I was kind of moving screens and batteries backwards and forwards, because some of them just didn't turn on at all, I did notice in the menu system, I'll put it up on the screen, that it did come up and say the battery is not the original battery and the screen's not the original screen. And on the one that I'm talking about, the Face ID was not working either. But that might be just because when I swapped the screens around, maybe the Face ID was still on the other phone. So I can fix that part. The battery and the screen, unless there's some sort of changes that the phone makes when that happens, like stuff you can't use anymore, I don't think most people would care if it had an aftermarket screen and battery. The main thing, I think Face ID would probably be the most important thing, and even then probably a lot of people don't use Face ID. If you want to do like tap and go and stuff like that, you will need to have Face ID. That's the only issue, I believe. I could be wrong, but you might be able to, you use PIN number, can't you? Maybe, I don't know, because I use Face ID on everything. So but overall, out of 6 devices or 6 phones, I got 1 out of all of them, unfortunately, which is pretty sad. But so there was 3 of them were locked, iCloud locked, and 2 of them were just, one of them was booting, but it just wouldn't update. It just kept cracking it on the update, and the other one was nothing, DOA, just nothing happening at all. So unfortunately, they're all spare parts. The one bonus is I have got all those spare parts, so if I see someone advertise an iPhone 11 that's got a broken screen and back on it, or one or the other, I can at least buy that, do a board swap, and I've got a working phone. Once again, it'll be aftermarket parts, but it won't matter. If I can make $100 on it, it's worth doing. So the ones that that are just broken, like broken backs, and even the screens I can trade in, so I'm not worried about those. I'll get some money back on those. But if they've got like a broken back on them, I'll just throw them out. They'll just go into e-waste. So, or I could even just bundle them up with the broken screen and the back and sell them off as spare parts. I probably won't do the boards. I'm still debating on what to do with the boards. But I might have another avenue that I can sell the boards anyway, because they're used for parts as well. So when the guys do people do board repairs on them, and a lot of the parts you can't actually buy, you've got to get them off a donor board. So I might have a couple of avenues there that I can sell the boards off as donor boards. Haven't looked into it yet, but I know it's a thing, so it's just finding out. If I can get like $10 or $20 a board for donor boards, it's worth selling them that way. And at least I know they're going to somewhere where they're going to actually just use them for donor boards. They're not going to try and get any information. Not that it matters, because I've reset all of them apart from the one that wouldn't turn on. All the rest have been completely reset back to 0. So now the worst part is out of all that, so I've got 1 phone and I haven't listed it. So my big thing that I made, the rules, was that it was listed and it's not ready to list. So I've still got to sort out some bits and pieces on it. So effectively for today, I'm 0. My first day and I'm 0. I should be doing like 10 grand. I should have like 18 things sitting there ready to go to list, but I'm being honest, I'm doing it right. And unfortunately 0. On the flip side of that, I've done about 3 grand in sales today. So, which has got absolutely nothing to do with this competition, because the competition doesn't relate to sales. It just relates to listings. So unfortunately today, a big fat 0. So you will see behind me or in the background all the me working on those phones. I thought I like this sort of me doing the talking head, as well as giving you what I've done for the day. Now I will have some videos that I do where I'll produce the working video at the same time as talking. But the problem is a lot of this stuff, like the video's 2 hours long of me working on those phones today, and I don't see any point in just sitting there talking to a screen and giving you stuff where at the end of it we don't end up with anything great. I think what I like doing is being able to give you a fast view of what I'm doing, and then give you a synopsis sort of thing at the end of it, or a summary at the end of it, of what I did and what I found. When it comes to deep repairs, they're really not something that I'm going to put on this channel. I might do some highlighted deep repairs, but I'm not into that sort of form of video, and I don't think the viewers that I'm looking at are going to be into that. If you are into that sort of stuff, there's a heap of channels around, a heap. I actually watched one from JFix the other day. He was doing a Sega Game Gear, and that was 4 hours long. Very interesting video. The stuff he did on it was really cool, and he did a really good job on it too. So if you are looking at doing some mods and rebuilding a Sega Game Gear, go watch that video. It is 4 hours long, so get ready for it. Take some popcorn, that's for sure. Maybe even do it over a couple of days, just bit by bit. And then obviously there's plenty of other laptop and computer repair guys that will film the whole lot, and some of them even do it live too. But yeah, if you're looking for that, wrong channel. I'm more into the flipping. So I want stuff that can kind of come in, repair it, and sell it. Even this stuff I'm doing with these iPhones is irritating me. I don't want to even do that deep. But I've got them here. I may as well go through them and see if I can make some money out of them, rather than just throwing them in the bin or selling them off for $10 each. Like that one phone that I got going. Let me have a look. So I'll check on eBay. So iPhone 11, and it's a 64 gigabyte. Around $200 on one of those. So it's not even as much as I thought. I thought that'd be around $300, but yeah, around $200. So really not viable to spend big money on them anymore. Big time on them. Big time. Yeah, it's just not worth spending the time on them. I'd rather make $50 and spend no time on them. It's just not worth me spending all the time trying to get them going and then try and make money out of them selling them. And a lot of the ones, when they're at that point where they've had so much work done to them, you may have issues later. One of the reasons I'm not putting this one up on today, I'm not finishing it. I'm probably just going to use it internally as a camera. I've been using iPhone 8. So if you see the overhead, I've been using that. And then I've got an iPhone 14 that I use for doing these summaries at the end, as well as when I'm doing the exact same thing. When I'm doing the talking head side of things, I'm using the iPhone 14. And I think what I'll do is I'll change one of them out for the other one. The only thing is it's only 64 gigs. I'm not going to be able to get a lot out of it. But for now, it'll do fine as one of my multi cameras. And it works well with the Mac, because I can just airdrop it straight to the computer. It's great. So it's working better than having a dodgy GoPro, that's for sure. So I'm going to finish this video up. Back tomorrow. So 0 today for incoming, but $3,000 for outgoing. Not that outgoing matters, but it's there. So have a great afternoon, great morning, great night, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.